What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Blazed and Confused, the podcast where curiosity is high, confidence is questionable, and logic usually shows up late. I'm Max.
And I'm Noah.
So, hey, we're sorry we missed you last week. It was my son's birthday and it was the country's birthday. We took a little time to do,
250th birthday, baby.
yeah. We partied, celebrated, a lot of good things. So, Um, we do apologize. We ran out of time because we were having a good time. So we're bringing that episode this week. Um, we kept the theme the same. We thought, hey, big 250th. We're in the U.S. We're going to do an episode kind of centered around the start of the U.S. Well, this is even like before we called it the U.S.
I mean,
So
yeah, it was just what the
the
islands,
Americas, I
the
think, is what they
Americas.
called it. I
Yeah,
don't know. For a little while, we were referred to as India. I mean, on some uh, historical books, but it is back all the way in like 1584 is our first one. Um, the lost colony of Roanoke. We wanted to
do you
do
remember
some
learning
like,
about this in school?
yeah, this is crazy, like
Remember in
beyond
like
crazy.
fourth grade or whatever, maybe fifth grade, I can't remember. But I remember learning about it, and it was like the first conspiracy that I was like, well, where the fuck they go?
Yeah, no kidding. They
Someone
just
explain where all
disappeared.
these people just disappeared to, just poof, gone, no
Yeah,
trace and nothing.
it is crazy, and you
Besides
know,
the word carved into the tree.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That
The
is the
only
thing
thing
that
that was
is,
left. Like that's so weird.
yeah. After going hundreds of millions of miles away, and then ending up at this new world and completely disappearing, and still having the thought, let's carve something into a tree,
And what do they write?
like
Cro
Croatoa or something.
Croatoa. That's what it
Yeah, it's
was.
nuts.
Yeah, because it almost makes. I mean, because everyone said, oh, they think that it was an Indian tribe, a Native American tribe that took them, and
Yeah.
that's why they wrote Krakatoa or whatever it was.
Yeah, nobody
Because
even knows what it means because it's to this day not been deciphered.
yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah. No language that we have any knowledge on wrote this. And so it's even crazier because this happens back in, like you said, like way back in the early day. This happened in 1584. This is when the whole idea of Roanoke starts. So this is even before the United States itself is born. This is the discovery of where the U.S. lands. So England is like, let's go get a new world colony. Because, historically speaking, England and Britain and, countries that side of the world were very aggressive with colonizing. And they colonized everything. So they're like,
Colonizers.
yeah,
What they
Spain's doing it
makes
with the
me think of Black
conquistadors.
Panther.
Yeah, right, right.
The
But I mean,
colonizers.
Spain's sending out all their conquistadors that are finding all these crazy places, like El Dorado and whatever it may be. Well, Queen Elizabeth's like, hey, Spain's getting big. We need to get big. So she, gives this explorer, Sir Walter Raleigh, permission to establish England's first permanent colony. So this isn't like we're going in, taking over, and making it ours for a little bit till we make enough money off you, then we're out. This one is, no, we're expanding. This is it's like McDonald's opening its first franchise somewhere else. But I mean, they're just wanting to expand their territory, find other resources that have not been discovered yet, create military bases to defend against other countries, quote unquote, discovering it. And then always brought up is they were trying to spread Protestant Christianity. So like the Quakers and everything. But this expedition goes now in September of 1584. They land in the outer banks of what's now known as North Carolina. They do encounter natives, so this is why, they say that, oh, this is that colony running into the native tribes. Well, to make it even more coincidental, Croatoa gets carved into the tree. Well, Croatoan people live here. So they send their reports back because, at this point, they're not beefing. Everything is like great news. It's like natives are friendly. There's a lot of like good dirt to grow crops, everything like that. A year later, 100 soldiers come over and they actually establish the colony. So this is no more of like a scout. This is we're doing this. Um, Problems that they run into is food shortages. Now, because an army's there, they're beefing with the native tribes. Um, New area, they're getting diseases, and then they don't have a whole lot of like, let's get ready to build this, knowing what they're going into. So, um, shortly after that, things get really bad. English soldiers kill a native leader.
Of course they do.
Yeah.
Why
So,
wouldn't they just get along with everybody in a brand new land? And
especially after reporting friendly natives,
yeah,
you know, let's start beefing. So then, what comes after you start fighting in a native land?
you leave.
Oh, yeah. That's exactly what they did.
I mean, why wouldn't you? Right?
Right. It's
Because uh, Sir Francis Drake, he was the big guy. He went through and he raided a bunch of Spanish positions, right?
yep.
Like bunch of Spanish, like what, like camps?
Yeah,
Like
like
when they say
all their like
positions, are they meaning like camps or like are they like little colonies?
no, it's everything in between. What they're doing is they're coming in and they're stealing everything of value. So gold, minerals, food, whatever else.
It says here that basically they were like, "Hey, we ended up finding a ride home. We're getting the hell out of here."
Yeah. So at that point, they get back home and England's like, "Well,
We
that
failed.
sucks. We lost." Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh
we
oh.
we tried to expand our first McDonald's franchise.
Yeah.
Didn't pass the
But
health inspection.
hostile franchise. We're coming in slinging grease at people.
Yeah,
And we're
Wendy's just
taking your
kicked our
pet.
ass out of town.
We're taking your pet and making that into the burgers. That's what
Yeah,
essentially this first attempt was. It was like, oh yeah, everybody here's pretty chill, dude. So we send over a bunch of soldiers that are going over there like expecting, okay, people are gonna be hostile, probably gonna have to beat some ass, do whatever. They get there and then, you know, completely start beefing with people who did not want to beef. And so England's like, well, let's try again. So in 1587, um, they say, let's, instead of sending soldiers, let's send a family.
oh yeah, that's all. That looks so much better.
Yeah,
Like, oh,
crazy.
hey, we're gonna try this again, but this time we're gonna go with the peace and love
Yeah.
approach
Maybe this is
from the
why
get go.
aliens always come with, I come in peace whenever we encounter them.
Yeah, because they at least want to fucking try to get to know you before they're like,
Yeah.
look, I'm gonna have to vaporize you now.
Yeah, right. Right. But it's crazy. So here's what I don't know if you found this in this, but some of the characters, minus like actual Pocahontas, the movie about Pocahontas that's made by Disney actually features this story minus the disappearance because it's based on the governor, John White, with 115 family settlers. Now, when we say families, what's that include?
I mean, what? Men, women, children, farmers, some
Builders.
builders, yeah.
Yeah, this
Let's
is
say like
like
carpenters or whatever, you know.
yeah, the only weapon we're coming off the boat with is like a claw hammer, which didn't exist at that time. A couple of
Yeah, you used to have a
boxes of
huge
nails.
wooden mallet.
Yeah, wooden mallets or even like a rock mallet,
Yeah.
But so yeah, they show up and obviously this is kind of like a we come in peace. We made a mistake, so we're sorry. So in August 18th of 1587, that's when Virginia Dare is born. So that's the first ever English child born in North America. So
Do you
that's
think
pretty.
Pocahontas really sang "Colors of the Wind" in real life?
I don't know, dude. That would be crazy.
Well, I
That would be.
mean,
That's a good song. I mean, if I heard that song and I'm like walking in the woods, I would probably stay. I'd be like, you know what? This is chill. That's a good
this is
song.
nice. This is a nice little
Yeah,
area. They got
they're
music
so
playing.
friendly here.
Yeah.
You should hear Colors of the Wind. I request it daily. So, we're coming with this whole peace and love thing, right? We got our first settler born. So now, within that same year, not too long after the baby's born, because this is in the late end of 1587, supplies are running low. Colonists convince John White to go back, and he's like, you know what? I don't want to go, but I'll go, I guess. Which to me just kind of sounds like, yeah, I'm gonna make it look like I'm not a bad guy. You just be like, yeah, and then once he got back, he got stuck because the Spanish said, "Hey, we're coming to England."
Oh, I mean, once he got back though, I mean, he was toast, man. The Spanish were on him. They were wanting to invade. I mean, they wanted the land. They're gonna come,
Yeah.
just
So
what, rape and pillage, you know?
what if he like correlated all this shit? He's like, "Yo, we ran out of food. I'm just bouncing. Spanish Armada, come follow me home." Like he shoots at him like once or twice, knowing that when he gets home, the queen's gonna be like, "Nope, nobody leaves. We gotta fight."
Well, and that's the thing. Like, they were kind of they were in a bad spot because that's exactly what she did.
Yeah, and you
She shut it
think,
down. I
yeah,
mean, she said, I'm not. My ships are not leaving. I need them. I'm not just gonna send them out to go get blown up by by the Spaniards. All them. So it ended up delaying White for like 3 years, dude.
yeah, that's the thing you mentioned. Oh, it's a pretty important thing I got to get back to take care of. And he's like, just gets there, and they're like, "You can't leave." I bet he was like, "Ah, dang it! How long you think?" And she's like, "A couple years maybe." He's like, "Oh, darn!" Instead of like
Yeah, it
being
was
like,
probably
"Holy
like,
shit,
hey,
dude, they're
yeah, two and a
starving."
half years and then fucking 6 months at sea or something like that for the guy.
Yeah,
Like,
his people are starving, and he was just like, "I guess I gotta stay." Oh, you guys made me leave. I gotta leave.
darn,
I would have been like, dude,
I'm
I got people
trying
dying. You
so
sent, yeah, you
hard to
sent
get back to you.
120 of us over to this damn new land, and we ran out of food. I'm coming back home because they're dying. I bet the queen would have been like, okay, like you gotta go, but you know, get out of here.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you're gonna be on your own accord type deal. Like, we're not gonna send any extra boats with you to guide you on your passage. So, better
Yeah,
hope that the Spanish don't get you because they don't like
right.
us right now.
Yeah, and they were bad, man. It was not good. They were beefing with each other quite frequently.
Well, yeah, when
But
you're the two biggest navies out there that can, I mean, then can go explore and conquer new land, you're gonna beef
right,
all the time.
it was like us during the Cold War trying to get to the moon first, allegedly, or not blowing
Uh,
each other up with nukes. I don't know.
I think Russia beat us to the moon, but I don't think that they were able to get their pilots home safely.
Yeah, that is the thing.
I think they lost communication, and I think that they crash landed on the fucking moon.
What if the inside of their spaceship says Krakatoa or Croatoan?
That'd be wild.
Pretty nuts.
Why would their spaceship say Croatoan?
Well, because that's one of the things, right? So when White finally gets back, he finds the colony completely empty. No bodies laying anywhere, no graves dug. And, for being Protestant Christians, whoever died first, no matter how sick everyone was, they would get buried.
Yeah,
Um,
no sign of a struggle.
yep, nothing. And then here's the thing that always made me weird: their homes were carefully dismantled. Not like, oh, they like broke everything in, or they got, raided and their house is like on fire or whatever.
Mm.
No, it was taken apart very carefully. It wasn't. It didn't look like a raiding type of thing.
No,
So
like
it's
they intentionally were like, "Hey, we're out of here."
exactly my thing. And so here's the only thing that they know besides what we've mentioned. Factually, it is stated that Croatoan, Croatoan,
Mhm.
is carved all into one wooden post. And then in a nearby tree, there's just Crow carved.
Their blade snapped. That's why.
That's what I was thinking. But there's a big one that they actually think this is because, White remembers one thing,
And what's that?
that when they would leave, if they relocated, they would carve their destination. So this is, if they were attacked, they were supposed to carve a cross. There was no cross carved anywhere, but there is Croatoan and Crow.
Well, so if you have Croatoan and you have Crow, you would think that they were at that the Croatoan Island, right, with the people.
You would think, because, like we mentioned, there's that island and there's the people that live there. Well, of course, yet another coincidence. He can't go there because there's a hurricane. So he has to
Oh,
go back to
how
England.
fucking ironic!
Yeah. Oh, darn it. I guess I
Yeah,
can't. Like, you would think this guy's got no skin in the game, but his daughter and granddaughter, he never sees them again. So I don't know.
I mean, does like he go mad or anything? Does he go, like from depression, or does he just
Um,
continue to live a normal life?
he kind of just lives a normal life.
I think he set him up.
I think he knew that they were going to go and talk with the natives and that they just killed him.
He probably paid him
But,
off right before he left. He paid him
right,
off.
but, not too long later, the successful Jamestown settlement comes, right? They see a lot of natives that have European features, and some of them still speak English. So nobody can prove, obviously, because there's no DNA at this time or anything further about the Roanoke settlers or any of that. But a lot of people think that that's that's what happened. They went to the natives and either got sick and died or they were killed or some of
Well,
them were kept as wives.
I mean, yeah, I think we brought so much disease over
Well,
here.
and
When they
that's
come over on them boats that like they gave them diseases and Native Americans gave it back. Like
exactly, yeah. It's just,
you can wipe out an entire colony by
yeah,
that
there was
alone.
no vaccines back then. There's no like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm going to Africa. Okay, well, you need your malaria virus. You need that shot. You need this, and there was none of that. It was just, I'm here. Like, you think allergies now are bad? Could you imagine like coming across an insect that's bit you for the first time ever causes you to react terrible? You know, that sucks both ends. But, like I said, that's not the only thing that they find, was any of that. They say that they've found in the ground during excavations, they found English pottery, tools, and weapons, along with some trade goods, which I don't know how. I don't
Well,
know
how do
much
you
about
like
archaeology.
what's a trade good then?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know much about archaeology, but how are they able to identify, you know, goods in excavations? Because, I mean, if it's organic material, which most of their goods were, it's going to completely degrade and become, organic matter or whatever. But it's really cool if that's how they can tell it.
I mean, what if it was like I don't know, gold, silver?
That would be cool.
You know what I'm
But you
saying?
would think
Like
that yeah, I don't know. Maybe
that
you're
would
right.
be a trade good.
Yeah. Could you imagine like trying to sell gold before people thought like it was worth anything?
Oh
Like you're
god.
like, check out this fucking rock I found.
And they're like,
Look at
"Oh, I
that.
got these gold shillings." You
Yeah.
know,
What are those
everything's
for?
4
I don't
gold
know.
shillings, and it's like, "What?"
Yeah.
Nowadays, "Oh, what's 4 gold shillings worth?" Fucking 4 grand.
Yeah. You're lucky if it's only 4 grand. Like most of the time they're way more expensive now, but it's crazy that we based our trading system off of a fucking rock.
Oh yeah,
I'd be way happier like paying in blades of grass.
right?
If a
Something that's
time
way
machine
more
becomes
natural.
exactly, if a time machine becomes a thing, I'm going and I'm trading value, and it's not like the whole blade of grass, so like everything gets tore up, like lawn clippings, individual grass lawn
Dude,
clippings.
they used to trade big like rolling stones.
Yeah, that's
You
how the
know,
Maui tribe did it, dude. That's why they made people out of them.
yeah, dude, that's how they used to trade and barter. Like that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's
Like, hey,
crazy.
I have this humongous rock. I would like to trade you. Okay. How much do you think that rock is worth?
I don't know, like
I don't know.
400 small rocks.
Yeah, 400 coral, blue coral, red coral.
Yeah, red top hat design.
Yeah. We
I
can
don't know.
we can trade you some rock and you can trade us some rock hats.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck?
I love it. I love it. But that's how shit started.
All right.
So, back onto the Croatoans. Or I'm sorry, the Roanokans. Um,
Renokins?
yeah, Roanokans, Roanokes.
Renokins.
I don't know.
Renokins.
Yeah, whatever. We'll give them a cool little nickname. You guys tell us which one you like better. Um, the
Mine.
first theory obviously was the one that I had mentioned because once Jamestown gets there and they note English features, people suggest that they joined the Croatoan tribe. Evidence being the blatant carving saying Croatoan, which is exactly what John said that they were going to do. After that, like I said, they found artifacts nearby and a lot of reports of mixed ancestry. So it is pretty crazy that this is not like the giant standout one because that nobody confirms this. Historians don't confirm it. No documents at that time confirm it. Nobody knows, which is crazy to me.
Yeah, but you can start, I mean, putting two and two together at some point, right? I mean, I'm guessing that they did not kill them. I mean, that's a huge theory is that another tribe killed them, but that doesn't add up. Why would they carefully dismantle everything that they had,
That's what I'm
and all
saying.
that? And where did
Be-
all these Native American slash European children come from?
exactly. And even if they did kill them, there would be evidence of some kind. Even, I mean, 3 years after, you got to think at that, still at that time, you would find something, a body they missed, or something of that site. Um, and then even then, there would be graves or something. Nobody has any evidence. So the
Yeah,
one
I
that
mean,
they
at some point there's a grave or there's a bone that was left behind or
right,
something. You
right,
know.
or an arrow or a knife of something of some kind, you would find there's none of that. So the other one kind of goes along with like them being killed by another tribe. People say that they think Spain destroyed the colony in secret. Um, you know, the thought is Spanish soldiers came and killed the English colonists. Um, the only evidence they have for that is that England and Spain were enemies. Obviously, we stated that that's why he got stuck back in England after going to go get help. Biggest issue, everything's documented around this time. There would be some kind of a documentation, whether on the Spanish side or the colonist side, that says they were attacked and killed by the Spanish, or even just attacked. And then along with that, like we said, there's archaeologists have been able to say they've dug up all this other stuff, and they haven't found anything from Spain.
Well, so then it's got to be the English, right?
Well, that's what I was saying, because like we pointed out during the story, he has a lot of very convenient things. Number one, oh, I've got to go back. Sorry, guys, only me. I gotta go. You guys stay here. I'll be back though. And then gets there and conveniently, no ships can leave. And then conveniently, he gets back and can't go to Croatoan Island because there's a hurricane. So he has to go back again.
Now, I mean, you can't go back and date this for sure, right? But are we positive that there was a hurricane, or is this all just him being like,
No,
well,
that's just what he wrote down. Yeah.
that's what I'm
That's what
saying,
I'm saying.
like,
Yeah.
well, yeah, I couldn't get over there.
Yeah. Oh, darn it. I
Or
couldn't
was it
go.
one of those where, he's like, well, they might fucking kill me if I get over there.
Yeah. Or it's
What?
like Lord
Who's to say
Farquaad,
that they
like when he
didn't
left.
kill me? Like,
Right.
man,
When he goes
me.
to leave, he hits him with the Lord Farquaad. Some of you may die, and that's a
Yeah.
sacrifice I'm willing to take. And then doesn't come back for 3 years because he's like, this shit sucks, dude. There's no food. There's nothing for me. And
I'm
goes
stuck with
back.
the same
Yeah,
114 people. We
I
have
can't
not
stand
grown.
these people.
We have not shrank.
This
We do
grandchild
the
is just
same things
annoying.
every day.
So, you know, obviously, food gets low. He leaves. He's annoyed, possibly. Maybe all of these just perfect coincidences for him are true, or England said, we fucked up, and we got to make this disappear. So it's just John's word against dead people who can't talk word, or people who no longer are English.
I, I mean, that's all you need. I mean, that's how history writes itself, though.
Exactly. Everything is
So,
by. What if it's just a dude writing a story? Like, how, like, in eighth grade, freshman,
like,
sophomore, junior
yeah, dude, it's
year,
like, oh,
you
dude,
got to write a
this will
paper.
sound good.
Yeah,
This will
like,
sound real good.
all we're doing is finding somebody's, like, homework paper from back in the day. It's like, it's not even like a historical person. And all the other books that mention this person is just like fan fiction. They're like, dude, remember in school we heard about that dude? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's write another book about that guy. Part two.
Yeah.
What if that's
Well,
all
he
history
also
is?
wrote this
God.
down in his notebook that we just found hundreds and hundreds of years later. So, oh, what's it say? That he fought a dragon by
Dude,
himself.
nobody
It's like
says dragon.
I say dragon.
I know you do, but that's your thing. Just like mine is the other one that they do suggest is, these are obviously the outlandish ones, not like feet in the grass, grounded type thing. These are the out there ones. Aliens, dragons, the always encompassing curses, portals, maybe even some ghosts. Uh,
Sasquatch.
yeah, I mean, none of this shit has any support of any kind. Not even in like a fanfic book. There's nothing written.
No, not
But,
at all.
but just like in my opinion, Appalachia, however you want to say it, I prefer Appalachia.
Abalapsa.
Yeah, I prefer Appalachia because when people are like my Appalachian, it drives me nuts. But whatever.
Yeah, but it's Appalachian State. It's not Appalachia State.
Yeah, you could be right. I don't know.
I
But
know I'm right.
all of this shit has just become Roanoke's folklore. Just like Salem's got the witch trials, this is Roanoke's like fun thing.
What's Illinois' fun thing?
We don't really have anything cool.
Got corn.
Yeah, and corn. We've touched on a couple monsters. I mean, technically, the Seven Gates of Hell comes into
Yeah.
Illinois
Oh,
and out of Illinois a
actually,
little.
you know what ours is? Is the Chicago World Fair.
Oh, dude. The World Fair stuff up in Chicago is a certain hot spot for conspiracists. And I
Yes.
kind of like it.
And I mean, I guess Illinois' other fun thing is like crime. And I'm not trying to say that in like a in like a
No, I
dumb
mean from
political way or anything like
political
that.
all the
Like,
way down to the lowest man on the totem pole.
yeah,
We've
I
got
mean,
all of our
you had
governors.
bootleggers, you had all the gangsters though. You had
Yeah.
Al Capone and all them guys. You had the Shelton gang that was
Yep.
actually real close to
And then
where
we've
we
got
grew
like
up.
4 or 5 politicians just in my lifetime that have been indicted.
Yeah,
Uh,
several more that should have been.
and that are, yeah, there's crime all the way through Illinois. So you're right there. But I don't want to talk about crime on here. I want to talk about the World Fair.
No, but some of the crime ties into like the conspiracies with some of the
Oh,
World
yeah, yeah,
Fair
yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
and you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, we'll have to get into this on an episode because I've told you this is something that's interested me. Not even just Chicago's World Fair, like all the World's Fairs and the big, crazy statues that were built, like Colossus of Rhodes and all that, that no longer exist. There's like no evidence of them anywhere.
just gone. I mean, really,
Yeah,
the only thing that's left, and it's
it's
not
like
even the
feet
same
or
one, I
something.
don't think, or is it the Ferris wheel
Yeah, it's
on the
not the
Navy
same
Pier?
one,
It's
but
not the same one, right? But that
yeah,
dude, that Ferris wheel is massive.
yeah, I don't like that Ferris wheel. I don't like heights, dude. I haven't been in the fucking arch in St. Louis.
Dude,
That
that's
wigs me
another
out.
like huge just marvel to me.
Yeah, the arch with an elevator in it.
Yeah, but like how it was constructed.
Oh yeah, dude, it's nuts. There's a lot of okay. Let's set this to the side. We're gonna do architecture type thing, or like how did these things get built? We'll do that next week. Um, I think that'd be a fun one. So obviously Roanoke, something happened there that we don't know. It's it's got some trails we can go down, but there's a lot that aren't. So I'm gonna go ahead and add this one to the aliens probably did it vault. You can add it to your dragons probably did it vault. This one though isn't so much of a conspiracy, but I think this was kind of cool when I was doing some research on like birth of America, like controversy, conspiracy, type thing. Um, I came across this one, and I never learned this, and I don't know if you did. Some of you might have heard about this, but um, America's first spying is started in 1775 that later becomes like our first intelligence agency. So think about like CIA, but it's just AIA, like American Information, so, or American Intelligence Agency. So obviously the Revolutionary War is going on. Britain's now coming in and occupying major cities. Washington needs to get information. So what's he do? Builds a spy organization. Um, he literally
You know
builds
what's
a
funny?
spy. Yeah,
George Washington makes this, right?
yeah.
And so it's Washington needs information, so they build a agency. And now today in life, Washington needs all the information that they can get, so they have all these different agencies to get all the intel everywhere. It's
Dude,
just it
that's
never
great. I
quits.
didn't
It's
think
funny.
about that. Washington always needs information, guys.
Yeah,
Just like Disney World has Walt Disney's brain frozen in a vault somewhere, gathering all of our intelligence. The CIA is just Washington's brain frozen in a vault, getting pumped full of all of our information.
I don't think it's that. Have you ever seen the Shane Gillis skit on George
Yes,
Washington when he
yes, dude.
crosses the Delaware?
I
Like
love it.
after seeing that skit and having the mental image of that in my head, of George Washington, it's like,
We will use miles instead of
you mean
meters. That wasn't
you
even
mean to tell me?
Gillis. Damn it. That was
No,
it
that
was
was
another
with
comedian.
the
He did it
dude
on Kill
from,
Tony, didn't he?
yeah.
Yeah, dude. There's one on Saturday Night Live that cracks me up too. The dude's like,
Yeah,
instead of
because
meters,
it
we'll
was
use
all the
miles.
founding fathers
Yeah,
together, and he
like
was like,
riding in the
"So
boat.
what should the Second Amendment be?" And he goes, "Guns."
Yeah,
And he's like,
yeah,
"Just guns?" And he's like,
yep. Guns. I want
"Yeah."
them.
And
Yeah.
then, yeah, because yeah. Anyways,
So,
uh, when I see that Shane Gillis skit, though, it makes me think of, how Washington looked, and it's just like this real big, tall,
oh
redhead
yeah, dude. Yeah.
freak, And then it's like, you mean to tell me that guy was a spy?
Yeah.
Who in the
Well,
hell
Washington
would
wasn't a
think?
spy. He hired spies, bro.
Oh, that makes way more sense
Yeah,
because
yeah,
that dude
yeah,
is not sneaky at all.
yeah. No, yeah, it's hard to hide a 6'6" man in a time where like 5'6" is average,
Yeah, right.
and a notorious powder wig. But yeah, dude, um, this this spy ring. Back to that. You would again think 1775. They're not doing anything crazy. They're just listening and writing letters. Nah, dude, they use invisible ink, code names, code books. They have dead drops, hidden messages in places, like little couriers that nobody knows, and then they use like codes, not just in writing words, but in numbers too. It is crazy, and a lot of this shit is still used today in modern intelligence.
I don't know if you ever played the video game, but Assassin's Creed 3.
That one I didn't.
So that one is around all this time with the American Revolution and everything.
Right.
And it kind of gets into the Culper spy ring because you
Yep.
help George
Cause you.
Washington
Yep.
and like I mean, you're in the night, you're chasing down these messengers and doing shit like that, and
Yep.
they're dead drops and all that type of stuff. I guess I never really got into it like
But
that,
now you know why it
but
started. It's not just
yeah,
a video game.
yeah,
It's
I thought it
crazy,
was
dude.
just something cool in the video game, that they were kind of like getting, trying to make a story out of it. But now it's like, oh shit,
Yeah. It's like holy shit, they actually based this on something.
yeah, it's actually really cool.
Yeah. And that's why I wanted to talk about it this week. Not really a conspiracy, but just kind of like your first hidden thing that happened in America, I guess we'll say. Um, so hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And like I said, next week we're gonna do, kind of like the old Seven Wonders and like the World Fair and how the world used to do these elaborate things, and now everything is just cookie cutters. You could look at a map of a house and put it over, in a 100-yard area and find a house that's almost the exact same.
Oh, dude, I've seen so much new construction that is just copy and paste from other jobs.
Yep.
They're like, oh yeah, that worked. Boom. Houses. You'll have the
Yep.
same layout in 8 houses, and they all look identical in a cul-de-sac, around each other, and it's like, oh god, nobody is like,
Nobody's original at all
yeah.
anymore. And it's sad because, like we talked about in that, what was it, episode 5, where my dad was on, and we were talking about old construction and how like elaborate and cool it was. It's gone. The art is
It
gone.
is. It really is.
So yeah, we're gonna talk about that, and then my son's gonna do a little guest spot. He may not be on for the whole episode, but he'll do a little bit. And
I'll send his ass to bed.
yep, he'll have to go to bed. We got a bedtime schedule. But yeah, so check us out again next week, and hopefully you guys can forgive us for missing last week.
You can. It was America's birthday. Everybody gets a pass.
I would hope. So with that being said, thanks for tuning in, and this has been Blazed and Confused. Peace.